Go Cats! This is Dr. Anderson, and I'm the principal at Andrews High School, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some things you need to know as you start registering for your courses for your high school career. Some of the most important things as you get ready to enter high school that you need to remember is high school is a stepping stone. You're working on your diploma. You're working on your path to college or to the workforce or to the military. You need to remember, future employers are going to look at everything you did in high school. Future colleges are going to look at everything that you did in high school. They're going to look at your tardies. They're going to look at your attendance. They're going to look at your grades. So when you get into high school, you're going to have to step it up. You're going to have to be ready. It's time. It's time to put your best foot forward, your best effort. You can do it. I'm so excited to meet you and get to know you next year and watch you grow over the next 4 years. Let's talk about some basic information for you. In high school, it's a little different than middle school. In middle school, you're used to a full year to take a class. You start it in August and you finish it in June. In high school, you're going to start it in August and you're going to finish it in probably December, January at the latest. So that means we're on a 4x4 block schedule. You'll have 4 face-to-face classes a semester, which means 2 semesters a year, which you get 8 classes a year. And you need to know that Cherokee County requires 28 classes needed to graduate. And I'm going to also let you know right now what a GPA is. A GPA is your grade point average. Okay? The higher your GPA is, the more likely you are to get into the college you want. And each course that you take will give you a specific GPA. A regular course, if you make an A in that course, you're going to get 4 points towards your GPA. If you make a B in it, it's going to go down to a 3. If you make a C in it, it's going to go down to a 2. A D is going to go down to a 1. And of course, if you fail the course, you're not going to get any points towards your GPA. Now, an honors course is going to bump that up a half a point. And an AP course is going to bump it up 1 whole point. And an AP course, you're going to be required to take a test in May. And if you make a 3, 4, or 5, depending on what your actual college that you're interested in accepts, you can actually get college credit for that course. And you're going to learn more about your GPA next year, but that's just an introductory for what a GPA is. Now, electives. It's good to have 1 elective each semester. You don't have to have an elective. You can take all core classes. Talk about rigor, and college likes rigor. But you can, and you should, it's good to have 1 elective each semester. And you're going to have a slide a little later that's common freshman electives that you can go back and refer to when deciding which classes you want to sign up for next year. And an alternate. Each of you have to select 2 alternates in case that the classes you sign up for either don't make because enough students don't sign up for, or they fill up. Too many students sign up for them and we can't fit you in. And a prerequisite. Some courses that maybe you sign up for require another course before you can take it. For example, you say, Dr. Anderson, can I just go ahead and take Spanish 2? I'm really good at Spanish. Well, yeah, you can, but you really need Spanish 1 before you take Spanish 2. It's required. Well, you're like, well, Dr. Anderson, can I go ahead and take Math 3? I am a math genius. Well, yeah, but let's take Math 1 first, and let's do Math 2. Let's go about it the right way so you can be more successful. So now let's talk about what Cherokee County schools require to graduate. You're required to get 28 credits, and that's 4 credits of English. And it's not just any credits in English. There are specific requirements, and you'll see those a little bit later, and that's going to be for each of these subjects that I'm going to speak about. You have to have 4 credits in math, 4 social studies credits, 3 science credits, 1 credit of health and PE. If you're going to go to college, you have to have 2 world languages, and that's 2 credits of the same world language. And you have to have either 10 or 12 electives, and that 10 or 12 is dependent on whether or not you take a world language, and that should total up to 28 credits to graduate. So, I told you we'd talk about English. English, you have a freshman English, which is reading English 1 and English 1. You can get it as honors. So you're asking, what's reading? Well, if you made a level 1 or 2 in your 7th grade English EOG, you need to take reading and English 1. And Miss Wood is there to help you, along with Miss Smith, and they'll talk a little bit more about these. Then you need your sophomore English, which is English 2, which can also be taken as honors. And then your junior English, which is English 3, which can be taken as honors. And then there's also an AP Language Arts that you can take, which is AP Language and Composition. Then your senior English, which is English 4, which is you can have as honors, which is called AP Literature. You can take AP Literature instead. Math. You have to have 4 maths. We have, for those of you that had a level 1 on your 7th grade math, we have a year-long math to help you get adjusted to high school. Remember, you're used to year-long classes, and we're going to get them to you in 1 semester, half a year. So there's a Math 1A and Math 1B that's year-long, and then there's Math 1. There's Math 2, which can be taken as honors, Math 3, which can be taken as honors, and then you have to have an advanced math. If you're going to college, you need advanced functions and modeling, or honors pre-calculus, or a higher level math if you're going to a 4-year college, which can be calculus, AP calculus, AP statistics. There's a lot of those that you'll find out about once you're in high school. If you're going to a 2-year college or entering the military, you might be interested in computer programming, principles of business, ProStart 1 and 2, which is, you may have heard if you have an older sibling, it's like Foods 1 and 2, Foods and Nutrition. You cook in that. And scientific and technical visualization. Social studies. You have to have 4 social studies courses to graduate. You have to have a world history. You have to have an American history, or what's also called a U.S. history. You have to have 2 courses of that. American 1, American 2, or you can do an AP U.S. history and have 1 extra history credit of your choice. And then you have to have a civics and economics. Science. You have to have an earth and environmental science and a physical science, which is either physical science, chemistry, or physics. And we're going to talk about those 3 in a slide called NC Scholars Program a little later. And you have to have biology. Physical education. You have to have 9th grade health and PE. It is required. You don't have to take it your freshman PE. However, 98% of your freshman class will take it as a freshman. If you wait till your sophomore, junior, or senior year, just remember, when you take it, you'll be taking it with freshmen. World language. Remember, if you're going to a 4-year college, this is required. And it's 2 units of the same language. You can't take Spanish 1 and Latin 1, and that counts as 2 foreign languages. has to be Spanish 1 and Spanish 2, or you can go online and take Latin 1 and Latin 2, French 1 and French 2, and there are other courses available. Now here are some common freshman electives. And remember, when you're planning on what electives to take an elective based on future career or what your interests are. Don't take an elective because your friends are in there. Number one, because if you and your friends become chatty and disruptive, you won't be in the same classes together. Okay? But most importantly, take something you like. Take something you want to learn about. High school is about learning and growing. In art, we have the bands, and we have the marching band in the fall, we have the concert band in the spring. If you attended any of our basketball games, you noticed we had a pep band. Oh, it was great fun. I sat over there with them. It's wonderful. It's just like being at a college game. We have theater arts. It's wonderful. Miss Edwards does a phenomenal job with our theater arts program. We have chorus. We have fall chorus. We have spring chorus. I don't have to tell you something that you already know, but Andrews is lucky that we have the best choral and band department in the entire county, if not Western North Carolina. Be a part of it. Visual arts, if you're interested in drawing, get into visual arts with Miss Davis. Use your talents. Health science, if you're interested in a career in health and being a nurse and going on and being a doctor, get in there with Dr. Hayden. We have Health Team Relations and Health Science 1. These are just the intro courses to learn about. As a freshman, these are great courses. Then in business finance, we have Microsoft Word, PowerPoint and Publisher, and Microsoft Excel and Access. These are part of the IT Academy. You can get Microsoft certified. And then we have the Multimedia and Web Page Design course. These are great courses, and eventually Mr. Anderson is working on possibly having our own little television show news program that we can work on. Get involved with these are things that you like if you're interested in working with computers. Family and Consumer Science. Miss Edwards has a great department. The ProStart I mentioned, it's the old Foods and Nutrition program, and there's Parenting and Child Development. If you're interested in possibly working, whether it's teaching with elementary, that would be great to start looking at the child development. And the Technology and Engineering Design, this is Mr. Sean Johnson. This is a great program with drafting, and then you go into the welding part later on in the upper level courses, and Mr. Cutshaw with the scientific and technical visualization. And there's career management that Mr. Johnson's going to offer. You're going to learn about all the different careers that are development. And then there's special interest topics. This is going to touch a little bit on horticulture. If you're interested in going that route, please take that course. And then there's a lot of other academic electives that are available that Miss Wood and Miss Smith are going to talk to you about. NC Scholars. This is a great way. Colleges love to look at rigor. NC Scholars is the way to get that rigor. One of the first things, if you notice at the bottom of the screen, you have to have an unweighted GPA of 3.5. You have to have English 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to have that higher level math, such as advanced functions or honors pre-cal. Your history. But the difference is your science. Your science. You have to have physics or chemistry. You can't have physical science. It must be physics or chemistry. You have to have the 1 credit of health and PE, 2 credits of the world language, and then your electives. But of your electives, 3 must be a higher level course, which is an honors or AP, during your junior or senior year. During your junior or senior year. They're not looking for you to start slacking off. They're looking for that rigor. I know that I threw a lot at you. And I know that you're probably thinking, oh, I don't know that I want to go to high school. I don't know that I'm ready. But you are. You are ready. And we're welcoming you. We're excited for you. And just remember, you're going to hear this information every year. And I gave you information really that you're probably not going to need until you're a sophomore or junior. But I wanted you to have it. I wanted you to know what you're going to need to prepare you to get into the best college, to get you where you want to go, to get you into the best career, to get you into the military branch that you want to get into. We want you ready. We want you ready. Can't wait to meet you. Have a great day.